What's up guys, AviddGeek here. Welcome back to GNS, which stands for Gaming News Stories. This is episode 3, and for those who are new to this series focuses on the gaming news that happens within the last week. So I kind of take a look at here, take a look over there, pick a couple of different stories and kind of show them off and talk about them here. So let's go ahead and get started. Story number 1! So just this last week, Nintendo announced a new gaming handheld system, the 2DS. It's new in a sense of a new product, but it's not that much different from what we already have. So the 2DS was compatible with the 3DS games and it can play DS games. So it has kind of the best of both worlds, but it doesn't have the 3D effect built into it. So on the 3DS, there's a little slider. You can kind of increase the depth of 3D or lower it. A lot of people I hear actually lower it because it just ends up kind of hurting their eyes. It doesn't always work that well. You have to kind of find a sweet spot. And apparently it's not that good for children. This new 2DS is marketed towards kids, as it is shown in their trailer video. Now, another difference between the 3DS and the 2DS is the fact that it doesn't open, it stays open. So this is the DS side, for example. It kind of has a little clamshell opening, so it has a little hinge that does this. You can open and close it, where the 2DS will just stay open like this. This also has 2 screens, where the 2DS has only 1 screen. It's just a plastic that kind of divides the 2 screens. So it divides the 1 screen to show like it's 2 screens. It's kind of interesting design. In practicality, the whole thing is touch. I don't know if they're going to allow you to touch on the top screen, because currently right now you can't. You can only use the bottom screen for touch. But it would be interesting if they allowed that. It is $129.99. It's going to be released in October. And I don't know. I've heard a lot of complaints about it, but I'm interested in it. So if you were ever interested in picking up a 3DS but didn't like the 3D part of it or didn't want to pay so much, now you can buy the 2DS at a much less cost. I think it's around $129.99. Like I said, and it's going to be released in October, so it's coming up really, really soon. And you can still go ahead. You'll have a camera on there. You'll get AR cards. It still has the touch functionality. You can also download games from the Nintendo Play Store. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Story number 2. So not only have we had an announcement from Nintendo, we have an announcement from Sony. Sony has just recently announced they are releasing a kind of a bundle pack for their PlayStation 4. So what makes this interesting is that Sony previously announced they weren't planning to bundle the PlayStation Eye or the Move, any of that kind of stuff together into a bundle. They just wanted to sell the system, which was going to be $100 less than what the Xbox One was going for, because the Xbox One is including the Kinect 2.0. It has all these other stuff which increases the price. So there's a $100 difference between the two, but now it looks like Sony's going to be releasing their own bundle with the PlayStation Eye. From what I understand, it's not announced yet for America. It is announced for in Europe, and it's going to be $100 more than what it currently is right now. So I believe it's $399 for the system, as it is in America right now, with just the system and 1 DualShock controller. Where in Europe, you'll actually get the new Killzone game coming out. You'll get 2 DualShock controllers, and you'll also get the eye camera. So really, really neat. I love the fact that you get so much for $100 more. It seems kind of almost a better deal than the Xbox One, but you got to remember the camera for both are 2 different things. Kinect 2.0 is more for your whole body motion control, as opposed to the Eye, which is just for the Move, that 1 wand. So they're both different types of things. I mean, it's similar, but one is a little bit more heavier on their camera as opposed to the other. So keep that in mind when you're trying to balance them out between the two. But still, nonetheless, really interesting. I hope they bring that console bundle over here. I think it's a really great deal, so check it out. As soon as I find out more information, I'll let you guys know. Story number 3! Okay, so Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. How could we forget Microsoft? Major Nelson, he has a blog and he posts things from time to time on the new Xbox One that's upcoming. And he posted a comparison between the chat quality of the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. I've listened to both. He has them side by side, so as you listen to one, you'll see there's a big difference between the two as far as clarity. And he kind of talks about how they were able to accomplish that. It's really interesting, and I know it's a little quick snippet of news, or snippet, that's the word. It's just interesting how they're making these little tiny things a really system seller in a sense. They're really trying to promote all these little things. It seems like they're giving out too much information, in my opinion, and a large amount of time. They should just be giving a lot of this at their press conference, but of course we all know they changed a lot of that information, so it just seems like they're leaking here and there. They're trying to give pieces as we go along. Maybe it's to keep up the interest for the system until it's actually released. It's kind of a bad step for them. It's not the best thing I think they should have done with it, but Either way, it's nice to know that they're making all these improvements. I think it's a great thing. The system should be constantly improving for the next generations. So it's nice that they put a lot of work and effort into upgrading not just the graphics, but actually upgrading what the system can do, its capabilities such as even chat. Story number 4. So this has got to be my favorite story out of the week. You guys should check it out right now. Stop this video if you have to. No, actually, wait, no. Don't stop this video. Watch this video first. Then go watch the video that I'm talking about right now. So finish this GNS episode, then you can go check it out. So on Rev3 Games, which has Adam Sessler, he's been around for a long time in the gaming industry. He has an interview with Peter Molyneux, and we all know Mr. Molyneux. He's the guy who created Fable, Fable 2, he's done Black and White, he's done a lot of stuff, and he's very, very ambitious. He always has these really big ideas, and sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't, and that's kind of been the history of things with him. But he has this new game called Goddess. Really crazy. Love the idea behind it. There's just so much going on. It's pretty much where you can have you're kind of a god of your own little section, its own little island, and you can control things. You can sculpt the land. You can go ahead and collect belief. You have to hear all the stuff that he's going through. There's a lot. But you have these people that worship you, and that's how they end up providing belief. The more that worship you, the more that you can collect belief. The more belief you have, the more you can use your godlike powers. So you can actually either help these people out, or you can cause them some trouble and cause them some problems.
How dare you not worship me? Die.
So as the interview progresses, he talks about how this world that he's built is about the size of Jupiter. And it's not only you that is playing on that world, there's actually other players on that world. So it's one giant cohesive world. And as you create things, as you sculpt the land, as you change the beach, for example, that goes along the waters, the oceans, it changes the current of the ocean, which then affects the weather, which then affects the wind. It affects all these different things, and it doesn't only affect it for your particular populace or your land, it affects everyone else's land and what they're controlling. So each one affects each other. It's amazing. It's just this one giant like ecosystem. And there's one more thing I just want to mention. I don't want to give away too much, but there's this one called the God of Gods. So he's the one in charge of everything. And apparently you have to look at all the other details. There's more than I can bring up here, but he will get paid royalties from the game, and he can control the game in pretty much almost every aspect. So to find out more about that, like I said, check out the video, and let me know what you guys think on that in the comment section below. Alright, so question time. This week's question is, what do you think of the 2DS? Do you think it's something that was really needed right now? Do you think that it's kind of putting a step backwards from what they were trying to do with the 3DS? What is your thoughts? What do you guys think? Do you guys like the design at all? I personally don't have a problem with it. I've seen a lot of people have a problem with it, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Then we can kind of get a little dialogue, me and you, talking back and forth. This is communication. Let's do it. Alright guys, so that was this week's episode of GNS. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and share this video. Share it with everyone. Share it across the world. Don't forget to put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, put it on Google+, Pinterest, wherever it is that you do things socially, do them there. Share this video. So thanks again for watching this show. If you have any questions, any comments, anything at all, leave them down below. Any criticism, leave them there. I definitely read those and I appreciate them very much. It helps me improve this show. So thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace out. The populace. Don't forget, I hit the light.